EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between our visitors and the Denver Broncos. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line. So it'll come out to the 25.
Let's go now. 18 Gators. 54. Right, 54. Too low. Snap.
First carry for Darius Geis. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, it's Bortles. Flush to his right. And that's incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Zadarius Smith drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10. From midfield now, here's Rosen. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. And down inside the 15 he goes. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. 3rd and short, McKinnon. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. He's able to chew up 8 yards on the carry there, but still 4th down upcoming. The kick by Bryant is good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
The Charger drive about to get going. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Zadarius Smith. Able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. From the gun on third down, Bortles. Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Wesley Woodyard. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. Second and goal. Now it's Clement, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Corey Clement, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. Bryant's extra point up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going, and they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here.
Hey, Alpha, hurry. 5.
On 2nd and 11 now. Bortles. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Jonathan Allen make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. Bortles now to throw, eluding the pressure right. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position.
Mike 58 right there. Switch up.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Well, it certainly appears that in this game, someone has decided they're going to open up their playbook. First quarter, and we see that play. I like their style.
On second down, Clement. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28. 17-0 our score after 1. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football. They're looking at a 3rd and 6 here to start things out. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Flushed out right. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This one fielded at the 5. Then he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation. But let's face it, you mentioned just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
He's going to let this one go deep. Oh, wide open, complete. Touchdown, LA. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point right down the middle, and that will shave one more off this lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Now a passage taken in by Hill. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Check 24, check 24. 80. 15, check. Middle.
Rosen will throw. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Marquise Goodwin, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos push further out in front. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Yeah, after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Montez Sweat leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Now a handoff, Geis going right, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Wesley Woodyard there on the tackle.
A 3-yard pickup. And it's
Ready up.
3rd down.
Watch 5-4. Watch the out. Watch. Bravo. Watch 54. Watch 54.
On 3rd and long, it's Bortles. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
X3, 218, chop it. Slam. Spin.
Bortles now on first down. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Bortles now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here.
Check 99. Ready.
Shotgun handoff down to Geis. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 29, Bortles. This one caught by Crowder. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
Los Angeles.
Here we go. 15 line. 15 line. I smell fear.
Bortles now on first down. Off to Geis on the screen. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Darius Geis, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are able to close the gap just a bit. Point after, right down the middle. And that will get them one closer. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game. Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hug. Go. He's coming.
Second down, McKinnon. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
He wasn't ready.
An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down.
Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58. Hug. You won't see me in your nightmares, son. Hey, Haywood.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. He's going to loft one deep left side here. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. Bryant's extra point up and good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, Foxtrot. Mike 54.
Shotgun now for Bortles. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Kevin King, the former Washington Husky, there defensively. The Chargers on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Bortles. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Rosen. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Now Rosen. They're going to set up the screen here. This is Grant. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Well, the screen gets 7, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Breaks through the contact. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Watch 54. Watch 54. Yeah.
Hey, Delta.
A final shot before half for Bortles. Escaping the pressure right. He's got the first down and more past midfield. So we're at halftime here in Denver with the Broncos leading this one. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 30-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. On second down, McKinnon, and at the 42-yard line here and brought down there. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On first down, it's Grant. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
At the 42-yard line.
Smooth.
To throw is Rosen. And going deep for Hill. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Goodwin able to haul it in. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
It's 2nd and 8 at the Chargers' 39-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
49, check 49. Middle.
They go back to the ground, this time Clement. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Monday.
On 3rd down, Rosen. And he's got his man. It's the tight end play. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. They run once more with McKinnon. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. On 3rd down, McKinnon. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Bortles going to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Hey, orbit.
Throwing is Bortles. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Check right 54. Right 54. I got you, son.
This will be a jet sweep to Crowder. And an alley to run. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Jamison Crowder, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers, they're able to cut into that deficit. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, Now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
58, right over there, yeah, yeah. Hey, wahoo! 58's the mic! 58's the mic!
Now Rosen looking to throw. Flush to his right. That's complete to his speedy wideout Goodwin. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 11 yards there, first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Gets it to Hill. It's a jet sweep. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss, but with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
On first down now, run with McKinnon. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And all the way down to the 5. That one 28 yards on the ground. Welcome back now to Denver. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th.
Chargers
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Don't get nervous. Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
On first down, McKinnon again. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Jerick McKinnon with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the lead is now 24. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
at their own 25-yard line.
Ready?
The Charger drive about to get going.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. My game. Ready?
On first and 10, here's Bortles. Looking deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Kevin King with a pick. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long, he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Play action here with Rosen. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
And sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
Check. Fresh down.
On play action, Rosen. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Here's Rosen to throw. Deep ball for Goodwin. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Marquise Goodwin, his 10th touchdown of the season, second of the game, as his guys continue to pour it on. Bryant's extra point up and good, and that will extend this big lead. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. That one a first down pickup of 8. Bortles now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Bortles. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Tavon Wilson. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Tackle made by Rasheem Green. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
8 yards on the run there, and that leaves them with 3rd and just a couple.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. That's to his running back, complete. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Now Bortles airing one out. And now here is another interception. John Johnson with the INT. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They go play action. It's Rosen. And going deep for Hill. That's going to be caught. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
She's singing too.
No, she's
on like the 5th tune.
Yeah, she left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. The Charger drive about to get going. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, and then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Jonathan Allen in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now Bortles. His throw incomplete. He was looking that time for Dante Pettis, but now it'll be 3rd down. Another incompletion. It's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
At their own 17-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Broncos, the win here means it'll be a 7-1 first half of the season. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for our visitors, it's yet another loss as they've started out now 0-7. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.